It's the pentatonic scale. Go ahead and smash that dislike button for the clickbait. You know, I watch a fair amount of YouTube, and anytime I see the pentatonic scale come up, it's always either a beginner video where you're just learning it, or a video that says, break out of the pentatonic scale. It begs the question, why are we even learning it if we just want to break out of it? Some of the most legendary guitar solos, saxophone solos, all kinds of instruments use it, and even a lot of vocal melodies are made up of just 5 notes. So why do we as guitarists decide to just rush to leave the pentatonic scale? We've all heard it said, the pentatonic scale is just too basic. You'll get stuck in a box. Real players move beyond it. But here's the thing, those arguments don't really hold up if you dig any deeper at all. One of the biggest advantages of the pentatonic scale is that it's incredibly forgiving, it's incredibly versatile, and adding more notes can expand your options, but it also adds a lot of complexity for not much payoff, especially if you're really trying to write some hooks. From what I've heard, even most vocal melodies, from something as timeless as Amazing Grace to many modern pop hooks, are purely pentatonic. That simplicity connects directly to how we naturally hear music. Pentatonic sounds boring because it's all the same. What if it isn't the scale that's repetitive, but our phrasing? You're only getting 2 extra notes from most other scales, and if you just run up and down the box, of course it's going to be repetitive. Here's a little pro tip. If you think you sound repetitive, you might just sound like yourself. We all have a sound, and that's a good thing. I think saying that is like saying the alphabet is repetitive. There's only 26 letters, and it's not the letters that are boring, it's what you do with them. So check it out, staying strictly within a pentatonic box, there's a lot of things that you can do. It's not always just about playing up and down. Sure, you can do that, but you can also come up with patterns. So we can do something like 3 at a time. We can do 4 at a time. We can do 5 at a time. Or we can switch up the 5 at a time riff by skipping a note. We can skip strings. We can even do things like tapping. And bear with me, I'm not the best tapper. Because pentatonic is pretty box-shaped, we have things like this available. So you can pick your flavor. I'm not super confident with all of those, but you can really take it and run with it in whatever way you choose to. You need extra notes to play with emotion. Here's the thing, emotion doesn't come from the number of notes you have, it's how you use them. More often than not, emotion doesn't come from having more notes. When you hear emotion in someone's playing, it's not coming from more notes, it's coming from an incredible bend. The perfect sustained note. Or even more often, from the notes that we don't play. That empty space communicates a lot. One of my favorite guitarists, David Gilmour, if you learn any of his guitar solos, you'll find that you're pretty much stationed in two locations. That is the main pentatonic minor box, and the other main pentatonic minor box starting from the A string. And yet he is one of the guitarists that people flock to when they want to hear a guitar sing. Here's something that nobody talks about. Sticking with pentatonic isn't just about sounding good. It can actually help you grow faster as a musician. I've been playing guitar for over 20 years now. Like every guitarist, I've found every scale there is. Of course, our major, our minor, our harmonic and melodic minors, every mode, Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, Locrian, and those are cool, but I found that they're more just a way to describe a way of playing, more than actually being helpful in crafting a piece. At the end of the day, all those modes are the same scale anyway. It was only fairly recently that I decided to just go ahead and start limiting myself to the pentatonic box, maybe step outside here and there, for just a little bit of flair, in a way that I plan on making a video about soon, so stick around. But I find myself just so much more free to explore the entire neck and create music in a way that doesn't feel like I'm trying to do too much. Even for someone playing as long as me, sometimes overcomplicating things makes things worse. It's like fitness. You don't get strong by learning 100 exercises. Or I guess you could, but generally people focus on a few muscle groups and you push them over and over again. Now, I'm not a guy who knows fitness, so we'll go with this. It's like salt in cooking. Maybe it's a boring ingredient, maybe it can be done wrong, but if you don't salt your dish, it will be worse. That's a fact. Hey, do me a favor. If you think maybe I'm making some decent points, I know you've already disliked the video in the beginning, but the like button's feeling kind of lonely. Maybe give him a pet. Pentatonic is for beginners. This one always cracks me up. Pentatonic isn't a stepping stone, it's a professional tool. I've already talked about David Gilmour, but look at Comfortably Numb. Look at anything Eric Johnson plays. Look at Pride and Joy. These guys aren't graduating from the pentatonic box. They're growing with it. They're perfecting it. They're mastering it. Look, I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you're trying to level up, you don't level out of the pentatonic scale. You grow with it. And you can step outside here and there, but you've always got a foundation. So let's go over a practical application plan. Here's how you can get the most out of the pentatonic scale this week. 1. Pick a position and stay there. 2. Focus on dynamics and voicing, rather than an interesting run of notes. 3. Make something singable. Sing along with it. And 4. Record what you do. Listen back. See if it can be improved on. The pentatonic scale isn't a beginner's scale. It's just beginner friendly. But for even the masters, it's a foundation for your entire voice as a guitarist. So before you go chasing more notes, just master these 5 and see how far you can take them. And if you're ready to expand just a little and add a little color,